Good morning, my friends. It's a beautiful rainy day today, and we'll be doing some stuff indoors because it's raining out there. So today, I am going to tell you guys some tips. I'm here with the good tips for you all. So, I am about to make my Caribbean style puff puff. We use different things to make puff puff, but our favorite is using bananas. So I have my bananas here already crushed up, and I have my spelt flour with a little bit of cornmeal in here, and I am out of my self-rising flour. So I'm about to make some self-rising flour, then I am going to add it to my mixture, and I will make myself some delicious puff puff for my lunch, and I'll leave some for my kids for snack. But friends, things are very expensive in the store, and self-rising flour is a ripoff. I'm telling you right now, it's a ripoff. 2 pounds of self-rising flour, is it 2 pounds or 2 kg? I think it's 2 kg. It's like almost $8, and that's just for the cheaper brand. The different name brands, they're more expensive. And if you have a large family, like buying 2 kgs of flour is just a waste of money. So what I do is, we always buy things in bulk, and I encourage you guys to buy things in bulk. So we buy this 10 kg unbleached, and I use the Compliments brand. Guys, don't be fooled by those name brands, because it's the same thing that's inside the Compliment one or the no name brand or the Walmart value one. It's the same flour. You just paying more for the brand. So stop paying more for the brand and pay attention and just buy the cheapest flour. And I always buy unbleached flour. I don't buy white flour, plain white flour at all. The unbleached flour, it's more, for some reason it's more cheaper here. This I paid $12 for it, $12 for 10 kg. And the regular white flour is $16 to $17 for the same amount. And there's an 8 kg, which is also $15. $15 or $14, depends on the brand. But the unbleached flour is more nutritious because it's not bleached, right? So there is more nutrients intact in it. So please buy unbleached flour, okay? And stay away from the white flour. So I buy both unbleached flour and whole wheat flour, and I mix them together when I am making certain things. But today, I want to show you how easy it is to make your own self-rising flour. It's very simple, very easy. So me, I like to use spelt grain. So this is fermented spelt grain, and you can go look up online what spelt grain is if you want to find more information. But spelt grain is just grain that has more gluten, it has more nutrients in it, and it has a lot of whole wheat inside of it, and it's not stripped of all its nutrients. Now, I have some spelt grain in here that is fermented, and I have some unfermented one. So I have both in there. And this is very nutritious for you. So if you're interested in that, just go look it up and buy it if you think that's something you're gonna like. So let's make the self-rising flour. So my spelt grain is in here. This is 1 cup. This measurement is 1 cup. So I put 1 cup. I'm measuring 2 cups, 3 cups, 4 cups and a half. Right? I'm not gonna fill it up all the way because I need to store it up. And I want to mix my spelt grain that is under with the regular unbleached flour. So this is what I do. Now, this brand of the Compliments brand flour is very fine. Now, some other brand of flour, you have to sieve it because it's kind of lumpy, but I've been using this one for a very long time, so I don't have to sieve it. But if you buy another one, you may have to sieve it because it's lumpy. Okay, and when you sieve it, you're introducing more air into it, so when you make your things, it becomes more fluffy. All right, The next thing we're gonna add is some baking soda. So I like to add 1 teaspoon, okay? 1 teaspoon of baking soda, just 1, okay? And you want to mix that up really, really well. Not 1 teaspoon, 1 tablespoon. 1 tablespoon of baking soda to 4.5 cups of flour. Okay? All right. And then for the baking powder, now we're gonna add baking powder. You want a really good baking powder. Some of the baking powders, they're not really good. They don't rise really well. But I buy the Great Value Walmart no-name brand. And I'm gonna put 1 teaspoon for each cup of flour I put here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm gonna add just a tiny bit just for the 1/2 cup, like 1/2 teaspoon, okay? And that's it. And you want to stir that up really well, okay? Now you can use a bigger bowl if you want, but this container mouth is pretty wide, so it mixes really well. I don't have an issue with it mixing, but if you think it's not gonna, if you have your bowl, but if you have a container and your container is kind of too small, it's not, the mouth is not as large as mine, then I recommend you mix in a bowl and then pour it in your container. And there it is. There you go. You have your own self-rising flour to make whatever you want, whether it be fry bakes, whether it be puff, anything you want to make. You want to make flatbreads, there, you have your self-rising flour. Okay, so do this instead and save yourself some money. Now that our flour is ready, all you have to do now is make our puffs. I'm gonna put how much I want in there. Okay, and that should do it. Now I'm gonna add my almond milk. My vanilla essence. My water. I'm going to give that a good stir. Remember, I have the spelt flour in there because I just didn't have enough, so I had to make a fresh one. And this is very convenient. Like, you don't have to be mixing anything when you want to make your stuff. All you have to do is just take your flour out of your container and add some of your just basic ingredients, you know? It's just so easy. And just keep the container closed. And once the container is closed, then, you know, you're not putting like wet spoon or whatever inside of it. Your thing is good. I'm gonna add my banana in there. And mix that up really well. And there, that's it. I'm gonna leave this to sit for 30 minutes so that it can rise. And once it's risen, I will fry that up and have some lunch. So you see, guys, it's very simple and I'm done. Okay? Learn to make your own stuff. Be wise and save money, because I'm telling you, this prices in the store is just crazy ridiculous, and you just have to find some way where you can keep some money in your pocket, you know? And also for convenience sake too, you know, you have to find some way where you can do things faster and easier, so you don't always have to be wasting time. Now, that's just gonna take me 2 minutes to mix up, you know? So yeah, so I'm gonna leave that to sit for 30 minutes, and after 30 minutes I'm gonna go and make my puff puff, and then I'm gonna show you guys the beautiful puff puff that I make with my own self-rising flour. Okay, and I'll show you how soft it is. So I'll see you in a minute. Not in a minute. In about an hour. Look at that. Banana puff puffs are ready. And they're delicious. They look so delicious. And guys, they are puffy, soft, and so delicious. Okay? Woo, but they're hot. But look at that. You see that? You see how soft they are? You see that? Very soft. So now, I made myself some chocolate cocoa from back home that was made by hand. And I'm going to have a couple, you know, and I am having some, what do you call that? Some noisette, which means hazelnut. I'm having some hazelnut milk. And that's going to be my lunch. My goodness. So tasty. My beautiful flowers. These are so tasty, so delicious, so crunchy, and crunchy on the outside but soft on the inside. So you see, y'all, you just made your own self-rising flour. And look how beautiful this thing's turned out. They're so gorgeous. They're so good. So fluffy, so soft. So go ahead, buy your flour in bulk and make your own self-rising flour. And go ahead and make some delicious recipe. And when you do, please comment in the bottom. Don't forget to like and share the video. Thanks to all of you who keep sharing my video. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And remember to stay positive and beautiful. Don't let anybody upset you and get you angry. It's not worth it. You only have one life. Mwah, mwah. I'll see you in the next video. Ciao, ciao, my loves.